In the tunnel.
In the tunnel.
In the tunnel. You're listening to In the Tunnel.
Yeah, hello guys. This is the bracket preview for our March Madness event we do every year. So
Yep.
we're going to be letting the wheels decide our bracket, and yeah, so follow along if you want to know what teams are picked.
Yep. New wheels this year, new resources, custom,
Yeah.
paid all of the $0 for them.
Just time,
So yeah,
right?
hopefully it was time. It really was time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know about Sean, but I get bored with like the same old every now and then, so
Yeah,
very find something else.
yeah, definitely. You want to just we're gonna go through one selection per wheel. We have eight, uh, and we're just gonna fill them
And
in.
then it'll yeah, yeah, not one selection per wheel, but more in the sense of
Mm.
rotating wheels.
Yeah, so we're gonna take one selection from the first, then move to the second, then eight, all the way to the eighth, and then start back at one again until we fill
So
all.
do you want to start with play-ins or do you want to start with automatic round of 64?
Uh, why don't we
I
just start
think
with
it might
the?
I think it might be better this year if we start with a round of 64.
Uh-huh.
Leave people thinking that they have a chance at the end for plans.
Yeah.
Just a
Okay.
thought.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I was gonna say let's just
All right.
start at one and go.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So the first team
2024.
on the first wheel is
Duquesne,
Duquesne. All right. We
a
got
Pittsburgh
that.
school right off the bat.
Yeah.
The one seed Duquesne.
Yeah. All right. And you'll be noticing I'm going to switch to the second wheel.
All right,
And
this is going to select the 8 seed. We're going to jump straight to the 8 seed because we're going to have two 16s in this.
yep.
So
All right.
go ahead.
Here we go. We
By the way,
have.
Duquesne is 9-8 in conference, 19-11 overall on the season. And the 8 seed will be Duke.
Duke. I was like that. That's pretty
So we have
poetic.
Duke and Duquesne not even on the same wheel. I made sure to randomize
Yep.
all the logos this year by hand to make sure it didn't happen. Duke is 15-4 in conference. They are 24-6 overall, 15-2 at home, 7-4 away, 2-0 on neutral ground, and 2-2 versus the top 25.
Yeah. All right. What's the next seed number?
9.
9.
Everything else is going to be straight up for this region.
Okay. Yeah, and we're on the third wheel, so the first team out for the 9 seed.
Cal State Fullerton, I think.
I believe so.
Are you on dark mode on the wheels? Because I put text in black for everything.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I
Yeah.
am. All
Yeah,
right.
let's switch off with dark mode.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah.
make it a lot easier for you.
Yeah, okay.
We move on, or wait, no, Cal State Fullerton.
Titans.
They are 7-11 in conference. They are 14-16 overall. They are 7-6 at home, 6-9 on the road, 1-1 in neutral site games, and they are 0-1 against the top 25.
All right. Amazing.
We have our
Next.
first loser in the dance.
Yeah. Next.
I think Mississippi Valley State would be like the best team to get in because which we've had them in before,
Uh,
but I think they genuinely stormed the court and they have one win.
yeah. All
I
right.
think they were 1-28.
All
So
right.
next
Yeah.
up we have the 5 seed USC. All right, USC is going to be 6-12 in conference, 12-17 overall. They are 7-6 at home, 3-9 away, 2-2 on neutral site, and 0-3 versus the top 25. And everybody's favorite son plays for them.
All
Dennis
right.
Rodman's son and LeBron's son.
Fair.
Who would have thought you could put Rodman and LeBron DNA on the court, and the result is 12-17.
All right. Next
How do
one.
you
There we go. Okay. Yeah. So that was that 12 and 17. So now on to the next wheel. So we're on the 12th seed.
the 12 seed, whoever's playing USC?
Yeah. And
We are going to
Monmouth,
Monmouth, our home state.
our home state.
Monmouth is 10-8 in conference. They are 17-14 overall, 13-1 at home,
Who
two
knew
and
our home
13
state
away.
could be better than LeBron DNA?
Especially because they're in the same conference as Hofstra and Charleston. Like anyway, they're 0-1 against the top 25,
Okay.
but they are 17-14 on the year, which is
Yep.
way more respectable.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So now we're at sixth seed, I'm assuming.
4 seed.
Oh, four. Okay. Sorry. I went the other way.
It's okay. This light is shining right
Now we have what's that?
Davidson,
Davidson.
the land that Steph Curry built. They
Amazing.
are 5-12 in conference. They are 15-15 overall. 9-7 at home, 4-7 away, 2-1 neutral site, and 0-1 versus the top 25.
Okay.
I don't know. Overall, like not exactly bubble teams, but like
Not bad.
it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
And I'm rooting for when that starts to become reality.
Yeah. I'm like, these teams aren't half bad.
This is actually the new wheels think too rationally, potentially.
Yeah. All right. What's the next seeding? 13, right?
Yes.
Alright, and we have
North Texas,
North Texas.
the Mean Green, which people think is named after Joe Green because he played there. I don't think they actually renamed their team after a football player.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They are 9-8 in conference, 16-13 overall, 11-4 at home, 4-5 away, 1-4 neutral site, and 0-1 versus the top 25.
See, again, not half bad.
Correct. Not half bad. Interesting.
Yeah. All right. What's the next seed?
And by the way, we're recording this right around conference tournament time. So today is actually the 9th. I think today's the first day that there is a team playing for their conference championship.
Yep.
So literally as we record this, any one of these could be right. The seeding maybe not, but like North Texas was a 13 seed a few years ago when they beat Purdue.
Yes.
So this is not like that's where their conference normally lies.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
anyway, next up we have the 6 seed Boston. Oh wait, sorry, this is the old graphic I'm reading off of
We
from
have.
2020.
Oh. Canisius.
Canisius.
Canisius. They've been on
Canisius.
our bracket before.
Yes, I believe so. This is what I love about the bracket is that all the smaller teams have been on our bracket before,
Yeah.
and the Power Six teams are like they account for. It's really flipped because like in the real March Madness, Power Five in college basketball, Power Six conference teams account for like 70% of the bracket. In ours, it's like they account for like 17%.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Canisius is 7-11 in their conference out of the Metro Atlantic Athletic, otherwise known as the MAAC. They are 12-16 overall, 8-4 at home, 2-11 on the road, 2-1 neutral site. They have not played in AP or USA top 25.
Amazing. That's
It,
about what I
almost
expected of them.
impossible to do at this point in time. All right, let's move on to the 11 seed.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We have the BU. BU.
Baylor. Baylor. BU, otherwise known as Boston University, otherwise known as Baylor.
Yo, the
The
one that you
same.
probably don't want.
This is what's great about doing college basketball with Sean. Is like, see, I went to two colleges that were D1. Granted, when I was going there, not very good.
Yeah.
And like, I come from a family that was Pitt, Purdue, Penn State. And Sean, on the other hand, is like, I have no idea what division Rowan is in, but
It's
there
D2 or 3.
there's no way in hell you followed college basketball anywhere nearly close enough to do this. It very much is like a driving
Okay,
instructor who like
but
just got
also
their permit.
I was ready to say BC because I thought it was going to land on
I'm
the one
proud of you for
before.
not doing that. I'm proud of you for knowing that the rotation wasn't going to.
I was saying B for BC and then it went up, so I had to keep going.
Yeah. The sad thing is, I don't know that Sean knows what the BC stands for in that logo, but the way sadder is I do.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
Anyway, so
Baylor is 11-6 in conference. They played today, so this is the first team that we do not have an accurate representation on.
yep.
Like outside of the Power Six, everybody's in their conference tournaments. The
Mm-hmm.
Power Six is the only place where the records are slightly inaccurate by the time this airs. So Baylor's 11-6 in conference. They are 22-8 overall. I think they're ranked.
Mm-hmm.
15-2 at home, 4-4 away. The only okay. Anyway, uh, okay. Um, yeah, they only have 8 away games all year.
Amazing.
That's insane. They have 17 home games.
That's exactly
Um,
what I expect of college basketball, at least.
yeah, I guess I didn't take into consideration the cupcake part of the schedule, where you basically pay teams a ransom to get shit. Neutral side, they are 3-2. They are 5-4 against the top 25. 9 games against the top 25 is a lot to deal with. Although in this conference there are teams like TCU that have more.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Anyway, Baylor is the 11th seed. We move on to the 3 seed.
Yeah. Let's go. And that is
Fuck no.
Bucknell.
Also, kudos to me because like on my screen, I have the split and like the logos are like this big, and like I'm just seeing the colors and being like, that's familiar.
Yeah.
All right, Bucknell is out of the Patriot League. They are 10-8 in their conference. They are 13-18 overall, so we have another one under 500. Although being under 500 overall and being above 500 in conference is kind of really hard to do.
Yep.
Um, they're 6-8 at home, 7-10 away. no neutral site games because I no, they didn't stop them from losing any of them. And their own one against the top 25, meaning they started the season really bad, but they only played one top 25 team, and then they got the conference play, and they, I guess, turned on whatever lukewarm version of the Jets you can.
All right. What's next?
All right, we have the 14 seed next.
14. Ooh.
Fuck. Fuck no. You'd have to listen to more rap to get it.
Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac. Quinnip. I.
Quinnipiac.
Quinnipiac.
I mean, one of the better college hockey programs.
And I'm sorry for my pronunciation, but that's probably the best I could do today.
That's fair. Quinnipiac is their second team out of the MAAC because there's two MACs because college just allowed that to happen. There's MAC with two A's and MAC with one A. All right.
Amazing.
They are actually the leader in the MAAC in the standings. They're 13-5
Oh.
uh, in conference, 21-8 overall, 12-3 at home, 9-5 away, and no neutral site games. And here's probably one of the reasons why they're sitting as pretty as they are: no games against the top 25.
That's fair. That's about what I expected.
It is. All right,
All
moving
right.
on to the 7 seed. In
7.
2020, we had West Virginia in this spot. And I think going forward as talking points, I should just forget the fact that we did this most recently in, I think, 2022.
All
Like, I'm just going to
right.
use 2020 as talking points. So we
Bryant.
have the Bryant Bulldogs. They actually made the tournament in real life a couple years ago with like the leading scorer in the country. This guy was averaging about 30 points a game, and then they got to the play-in and lost by 30 because for whatever reason their conference didn't figure it out. But everybody in the NCAA tournament was like, "So we can just double this guy, and nobody else can score," and that's
Yep.
exactly what happened. Um, Bryant is out of the America East Conference,
Okay.
11-5 in conference. They're 19-12 overall, not good enough to, lead their conference, but they're sitting in third.
That's not
They're
bad.
10-3 home, 8-9 away, 1-0 neutral site games. They actually have a win over at AP 25, but they have a loss as well.
Yeah, but I mean, 1912 is probably one of the better teams we've selected so far.
It is, anything where it's top part um, of the conference standings, not a bad thing.
Yep. All right. On to
All
the
right,
next
the
one, which should
10
be the
seed.
10 seed.
Yep. In 2020, we had Michigan State in this spot.
Amazing.
It is
Okay, FSU. That
FSU, Florida State.
Florida
They
State.
are
Yep.
bad this year. I
Oh
can tell you
yeah.
that much. I can tell you that their coach just got on the podium last week and said that Pitt was going to be a good program going forward after Florida State lost them.
Amazing.
Florida State is 9-10 in conference. I think they also won today. Let's call it 10-10. They are
There.
16-15 overall, 9-7, 10-7, I guess, at home, 4-7 on the road, 2-1 neutral site. They are 1-3 against the top 25.
They have quite a few top 25 games actually, more than I expected.
Yeah, the college basketball is changing. A lot of teams need top 25 games outside of conference play now.
Hmm.
That's
Okay.
your only chance to get an at large bid if you're in the mid majors.
Fair, fair. Okay. On
All
to.
right, moving on. The 2 seed.
Oh,
We had Hofstra in this spot in 2020.
I don't think that's happening this year.
I don't think it's even on the same wheel.
I know. That's why I said that. San
All right,
Diego.
we have San Diego, not San Diego State,
Nope.
but rather just San Diego. right. San Diego, and kudos to the Google Doc for giving me the right San Diego on this surface that is very slow. Um, San Diego's coming out of the West Coast Conference. They are 7-9 in conference play, 17-14 overall, 12-6 at home, 4-7 away, 1-1 neutral site, and they are 0-2 against the top 25.
Okay.
Also, they average. This is the weird thing with them. They're 17-14 overall. They average giving up more points than they score.
So they lose
They
by a lot
average
and win by a little.
they average yeah, they average 73 points for and 77 against. And yet they have a winning record.
Yeah, so they just lose by a lot and barely
I
scrape by win.
know, but like in college basketball, you have like a 30 game schedule.
Fair.
That
Fair.
means that's happening often.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the 15 seed.
And this will be the last one for this side of the bracket.
We had Akron in this bracket spot last go around in
Now we
2020.
have
We
New
have
Mexico.
New Mexico. All right, the Lobos are going to be New Mexico. Oh, that's New Mexico State. We'll giveth, we'll take it away. Out of the Mountain West, New Mexico is 10-7 in conference. They are 22-8 overall.
Oh, damn.
They are holding a better plus minus score differential than the last team we spoke of. You're 3-2 against the top 25, 13-3 at home, 5-5 away. Neutral site, they are 4-0, which bodes well for our tournament life.
Yep.
Also, fair thing to say is like any team that wins their conference championship, in theory, has at least 3 neutral site wins.
Yeah, fair.
So
Yeah. All right. You want to do the 1 seed for the next or are we going to start from the 2 and 15?
we start from the 1 seed in all regions.
Okay. And this time we're skipping
We had
11, right?
the first one we skip 16, this one we skip 11. In real life, I think this year they're skipping 12s, but I just don't have the graphics set up to do that. So we're not going to do that.
Okay.
We're going to stay at 11. Because it's all fair game anyway. It
Yeah,
doesn't
fair.
really matter which seed. Um, we had Indiana State in this spot in 2020. Indiana State actually having like the best year of their school program since Larry Bird went there.
Amazing. And this time we have UC Davis.
UC Davis is out of the Big West. They are 12-6 in conference. They are 17-12 overall. 10-6 at home, 6-6 away, 1-0 on neutral site, and they're averaging a +2 score differential.
Okay.
That is UC Davis
All right. And
as a
this will
1 seed.
be the first 16 seed that we select.
It will be. That's a good point.
Huh.
We had Auburn in this spot 4 years ago because brackets are like Olympics. They happen
Uh,
4 years, except
Temple.
we do it every year. Temple is the 16 seed. So Temple, out of the American Athletic Conference, the AAC, the Temple Owls are 4-12 in conference, 11-18 overall. They are 5-8 at home, which is astoundingly low for that conference to have for home games,
Mm-hmm.
especially considering one of their other conference. Uh, Tulane has 10, 16 home games. Temple has 13. Anyway, 4-7 away, 2-3 on neutral site. They are 0-1 against the top 25.
Okay.
The
Oh,
Temple Owls, I said owls like hours. That's not great.
amazing. All right.
The
Next one.
Temple Hours, all right.
Next one.
Yep, the 8 seed. We had Lamar in this.
And this time it's
Alcorn State.
Alcorn State.
Alcorn State. We just missed Pitt. We just missed Penn State, and
Yep.
still we get Alcorn State.
Mm-hmm.
Alcorn State is out of the SWAC, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. They are 11-5 in conference. They are 12-17 overall, 5-3 at home. Only 8 home games. That's wow. 21 away games. No neutral site games. 7-14 on the road.
Okay.
They are 0-2 against the top 25. They average 71 points per game even, and they give up 77.2.
That makes sense with their record. So
Yeah. I mean, kudos to them for defending home court decently, but when you only play 8 home games, it
it
really
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
Yeah. All right, on to the what seed are we on?
9 seed.
Oh yeah, we're
We had
getting
South Alabama in this spot 4 years ago. One of these days when we do this next year, maybe I'll actually like put all the
we
teams
have
together.
Akron.
Okay. That'll be easy for the graphics. We had them in the other bracket 4 years ago. We have them back here again in the 9 seed. Akron is out of the MAC,
Mm-hmm.
the one with 1A. Um,
Yep.
they are the leader in the MAC right now.
Oh, okay.
13-4 in conference, 21-9 overall, 13-1 at home.
Okay.
7-5 on the road. They are 1-3 in neutral site games. They are averaging a 9-point margin, victory,
Okay.
and no games against the top 25 to speak of.
Okay. Amazing.
Amazing,
Next.
incredible. The 5 seed. We had UMBC. I don't know. Did we have UMBC? No, that was a year after it was cool to have UMBC.
Mm-hmm. Seton Hall.
All right, go
Another.
back to New Jersey again.
Yeah.
Seton Hall, which I can't believe that their program is somehow better than it was when we were kids, because they were horrible then, and I don't know what the draw is now. Uh, Seton Hall's out of the Big East. They are 12-7 in conference, 19-11 overall, 13-3 at home, 5-6 away, 1-2 neutral site games. They're 3-6 against the top 25. They average about a 2.5 point win.
Okay. That was a
I just don't
12.
understand. Is it? Yeah,
Okay.
or 5.
Oh.
So that playing at 12. I don't understand. Is it like, are they getting people like under the guise of like you could play in Prudential Center? Because it's like, what the fuck is the appeal of like I've played travel basketball in Newark. I never thought I wanted to be anywhere near Newark again.
Fair. All right. Anyway, on to 12 seed. I'm assuming,
Yes,
and it is Virginia.
Virginia. All right, Virginia. Out of the A, C, and C, I spelled Virginia very wrong, and I broke okay. They are 12-7 in conference, good enough for third. They are 21-9 overall, 14-2 at home, 5-6 away, 2-1 in neutral site. They're averaging about a 4-point win, and they're 1-3 against the top 25.
Okay.
And
No
they're
way.
actually averaging exactly a 4-point win.
Okay. All right. Next one,
Spooky. Next one is going to be the 4 seed.
and that is
Pepperdine.
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 Pepperdine. Amazing.
This is just great watching you try to stumble through like things that for whatever reason, like I have no actual good reason for like knowing these as well as I do, but thinking like it's common knowledge. They're out of the West Coast Conference. I think they're our second team out of there.
Hmm.
Similar to San Diego, they're actually right beneath them in the standings. They are 5-11 in conference, 13-19 overall, 9-8 at home, 3-8 away, 1-3 on neutral site. They are 0-3 against the top 25. They are averaging a point loss.
Okay,
Oh
good.
yeah,
Good for them.
very proud of them.
All right.
Is the wheel is starting to turn sour? People are asking.
Oh, we'll see.
The 13 seed is
Seattle.
Seattle University.
Yep.
All right, not to be confused with any larger universities in Seattle. This is our second team out of the Western Athletic Conference. Actually, it might be our first team. The WAC. The conference record is 11-7. The overall record is 18-11. We have 14-4 at home, 4-7 away. Nothing else to speak of in terms of record. They are averaging a 7-point win almost.
Okay, not bad.
So just as the wheel taketh some parity, give us some nothingness.
All
All
right.
right, the sixth seed,
And it is oh no.
Vermont.
Vermont.
Vermont, the Catamounts. I'm proud of you for getting that one correct.
Okay. That would have been bad if I didn't.
I mean, in your defense, like, since when do New Jersey residents go north? Like that's unnecessarily further north.
Fair.
Um, America East Conference representative, they are the number one team in the America East. They're
Okay.
also the number one team on the prep sheet in order. They are 15-1 in conference. They are
Oof.
25-6 overall. They are 13-1 at home. They are 10-4 away. They are 2-1 on neutral site. They average about a 10-point win per game, and they are not in any position to have said that they played a top 25 team.
Amazing.
All right, we're skipping the 11th seed here.
Yeah.
We're going to go over to the 3 seed. We had St. Francis of Pennsylvania here in 2020, and it's important to note back then there were two St. Francis's. We had to have the graphics for both because there's a St. Francis of New York, Brooklyn.
Yep.
They since have folded all of their athletics, and I had to delete their graphic.
Amazing.
All right. Xavier is the 3 seed. Ron, do you know what state Xavier's in?
No.
Ohio. All right. It's a sad thing to know that. All right, they're out of the Big East Conference. They are 9-10 in conference, 15-15 overall. They're 11-6 at home, 3-8 away. They are 1-1 neutral site. They are 0-7 against the top 25,
They have
but they still
7
average about
games
a
against
2-point win.
the top 25.
Yeah, and I don't
Oh.
even know based on this site if that's teams that were in the top 25 at any point or in the top 25 now. But if that's like only teams that were in the top 25 currently, that's not great because that probably means that there were more outside of it.
Yeah. That's not great.
But it is entertaining. Anyway, the 14 seed, we had
Goes
Chattanooga in this
to
spot.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. New Orleans, as Sean calls it.
New Orleans.
They are out of the Southland Conference.
Okay.
All right, we got a bad one.
Oh,
They
amazing.
are 4-14 in conference. They are 9-22 at home. Or I'm sorry, 9-22 overall. They're 7-6 at home, 2-15 away, 0-1 on neutral site, and they average a 7-point loss per game.
I'm waiting for that 1 in 25 team to show up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, me too.
Okay.
The thing is, the transfer portal has hit us hard. Like, because guys who go to Power Six programs and ride the bench their freshman year go to these programs and basically salvage them from complete chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we have to deal with some parody that actually makes sense.
Okay. All right. Well, let's try to not make more sense.
Okay, well, that's why we're here.
Yep.
Uh, if things made sense, I wouldn't be here.
All right. Well, can you make sense of Middle
Middle
Tennessee State?
Tennessee. Yeah, I mean, no, but I don't think anybody can make sense of Middle Tennessee State. Um, they are out of Conference USA, 7-8 in conference, 13-17 overall, 11-6 at home, 1-9 away, 1-2 on neutral site, no top 25s. They average a 4-point loss.
Okay. Yeah, no
Oh
sense there.
yeah,
All right. What seed are we on now?
we are on number 10.
All right, and that will be Ryder.
All right,
Why?
Ryder.
Why is the wheel like this?
Why is Ryder? Isn't Ryder a New Jersey school? I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have our third New Jersey school.
Exactly. Why wheel?
Ryder, our third team out of the MAAC MAC too.
Uh-huh.
Um, they are 11-8 in conference, 14-16 overall, 8-4 at home, 6-12 away, 0-1 against the top 25. They average, all right, check this out. They score 73.3 points per game.
What did they give up? 90?
73.4. They average a .1 point loss.
Nice.
14-16, 6-12 on the road, but you only give up .1 points. That's insane.
That's pretty incredible.
It's very much an anomaly
Yeah.
of for the ages.
All right.
All right, up next the 2 seed.
And that goes to
If it goes to Princeton,
Eastern Illinois.
Eastern Illinois.
Yeah.
All right. The first team out of the Ohio Valley Conference. Also, I understand that like Ohio Valley probably extends outside of Ohio, but just to have the state of Ohio in the conference name and have like Tennessee, Indiana, it just makes no sense. Um,
Yeah.
like the Big Ten changed their logo when they remember in the Big Ten logo they used to have an 11,
Yeah.
like that little indentation. So they changed their logo to be more accurate for math quicker than the Ohio Valley Conference figured, hey, maybe we just drop the state name. Um, so Eastern Illinois is 8-10 in conference, 14-18 overall. They are 9-6 at home, 4-11 away. They are 1-1 on neutral site. They are 0-2 against the top 25. They are averaging a 1 point win. What? They score 68.9, they give up 67.9, so they're averaging a 1 point win with a record of 14-18.
Yeah, damn. Another
All
one
right,
of those, huh?
I get that stats are getting more advanced, but I love the fact that plain stats just don't make any sense at this point.
Yeah. All right, then we
All right,
have
15 seed,
Iowa State.
Iowa State. Is this sad that I did all 362 of these logos yesterday, putting text box in for Sean? And I don't remember like doing some of these teams, like because certain ones I was like I can remember where I put the text box. I don't remember even opening Iowa State. All right, Iowa State. Come on, Surface, work
I
with me
mean,
here.
it probably just all blends together at some point, if you're doing this for like 5 hours.
Yeah, not a blend that I'm proud of, but they're out of the Big 12. We have our first Power Six, I think, in this bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess unless you're counting the Big East as Power Six. 13-4 in conference. They are 24-6 overall, 18-0 at home. They are 5-4 on the road. They are 1-2 neutral site. They average a 11.3 point win per game. They are 4-5 against the top 25 though.
Okay.
Yikes. All right.
Yikes. Well, actually, it's not too
Ne-
bad. 4-5 is a lot. It's a lot of
No,
top 25 games.
yes, but for to be the only area where you have a losing record is kind of weird.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on to the next one, we have the one seed George Mason in the
Yep.
third bracket. They are out of the Atlantic 10. They are 8-9 in conference, 19-11 overall. 13-3 at home, very respectable. 5-7 on the road, though.
Mm-hmm.
They are 1-1 in neutral site games, also 1-1 in top 25 games. They average about a 5-point win.
Okay. Not bad. Exactly the type of
Yeah.
one seed we want.
Yep, we are skipping 16 seed. We are
Yep.
moving on to the 8th seed here.
And that
And that is going to
is.
be my favorite school in the world,
Yep.
Gonzaga.
Oh my god, I'm so happy.
I'm so happy too. This is the happiest I've ever been to be doing something fake because it's like this is the world where fake happens. And so of course we get Gonzaga in the mix. All right. Out of the West Coast Conference, the Gonzaga, I guess Bulldogs,
hmm
in conference are 14-2. I assume that the two losses came to the University of Sesame Street mascots and the Harlem Globetrotters practice squad. Um, they are 24-6 overall. I do know that one of those losses came to Purdue, which is like an actual team. So the other ones, I mean, so we went through Sesame Street, we went through the Harlem Globetrotters. So they probably lost to the Washington Generals once too.
Okay, fair.
So that's three losses. Um, they probably lost to Andre from the league, even though that was fantasy football. That's four. So there's two more. I'm thinking they probably lost on Wall Street. I mean, it's a risk, but everybody does every now and then. Um,
Yep.
and they probably lost that game. You know, um, which is probably the only reason why they had money for recruits anyway. All
Okay.
right. So, admittedly, the last two I just ran out of creativity,
Yeah. All
but
right.
13-2 at home. Um, because you have to schedule the University of Sesame Street to come to you. Grover doesn't just get on the plane without getting some kind of athletic booster fund. Um,
Okay.
8-2 away, 3-2 neutral site, which is called Hawaii. They lost a bunch in Hawaii. They are 2-2 against the top 25. They average um, basically a 13-point win, which is I guess fine. Um,
Okay.
also, like, okay,
On to the 9 seed, right?
yep. We had Western Michigan in this slot a few years
Do we have
back.
another Western team? No.
No,
We have
unless it was almost
Iowa.
Western. You were trying to do wordplay off West Virginia.
We have.
If it is on Western Virginia, I don't know that all of a sudden that becomes a Western team, but I appreciate where you're going with that.
Iowa.
All right, Iowa is the ninth seed out of the Big Ten Conference. They are our first representative from the Big Ten, I believe. They are 10-9 in conference, 18-12 overall, 12-3 at home, 4-8 away, 2-1 at neutral site, 1-5 versus the top 25. They average just under actually right on the dot, a 5-point win.
Okay.
And Caitlin Clark does not play for this.
Oh, damn.
I really hope that you understand the reference.
Anyway,
All right, the 5 seed,
5 seed is Utah Valley.
Utah Valley. We actually had them in the bracket in 2020,
Yeah.
and they returned this year. They're out of the WAC, Western Athletic Conference. I believe they're our second team after Seattle.
Hmm.
They're 9-9 in conference, 14-15 overall, 10-4 at home, 3-10 away, 1-1 neutral site. They average. We have a second team with a 0.1 margin. This time, flip it. Their average of 0.1 win.
Oh, so they probably just played that other team the
It would have been
entire game.
great if they played the team that had a 0.1 losing margin. It's like the alignment of the stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could actually win by 0.2, which is like 2 free throw attempts at the end of the game, and you make one.
Amazing.
All right, the 12 seed
And
is
that
going to be
is
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yeah.
The Bison, or no, the Bulls, which I think it's great that Buffalo really doubled down on, like, we have the Bills, let's just call the college the Bulls. Or even if it like was flipped and it was the other way around, because colleges are normally older than NFL teams. Um, they're coming out of the MAC. We have our first true parity team,
Oh, nice.
the bottom of the MAC.
Oh, nice.
They are 2-15 in conference. They are. I'm going to change up the order here. They're 0-1 against the top 25. So you know that the top 25 isn't what's killing them here. They are 2-12 at home. They are 2-11 away. They are 0-3 on neutral site. Would you believe me if I told you they've lost 4 in a row? They are 4-26 overall, the Buffalo Bulls.
Amazing. They're our front runner for the winner now, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be good.
All right, the 4 seed.
So whoever's playing them, I assume.
Even Jesus wouldn't play that game. All
Is
right,
that
in the 4 seed, we have Grand Canyon.
Canyon? Yep.
By the way, I text box every school, even the ones where the logos are like say like I text box Pepperdine. The logo says Pepperdine.
Pepperdine.
All right, we have another team out of the whack. Flip the record from Buffalo. We have a 26-4 team leading the WAC, 16-3 in conference. They're 16-0 at home, 7-3 away, 3-1 neutral, and they are 1-0 against top 25. They average a 12.5-point win.
Yeah, but you know the ranker that is the wheel doesn't believe them to be as good as.
A 4 seed?
No,
What do you mean not as good as what?
no. The what I'm saying is like the wheel is saying that they're the worst team in their conference is, deserves to be there too. So like, why don't we
Oh
see?
yeah, but that's a lower seed.
Yeah, but the wheel doesn't judge seed based at the end of the day.
I wish the wheel lived in my family. The wheel doesn't judge. It's a very kind wheel. Yeah, well, that would have
Oh
been
no, it will
great if I
crush
was
your
king.
dreams in the next second.
Probably.
Yeah. All right.
The 13 seed, the
Is
L train,
LaSalle.
LaSalle.
LaSalle. You even put the ones where it's in the logo.
Yeah, I really did. I really did.
And you probably put them ones for the ones that I would actually know anyway.
Yep, I did all 362. In fact, I couldn't figure out which ones I had extra, but I have 364 in the folder. So I did 364. And so that means there's 2 extras in there.
Was one of them the St. Francis that died?
No, that was after the fact. Like I did the research. I updated. Okay, so let's go through this. I went to ESPN. I went to the teams page. I copied the whole list into Excel.
Mm-hmm.
I concatenated the cells so that it would give me the school and the team name. I removed duplicates so that I wouldn't have schedule stats, all that stuff. I then created a list and shuffled it. Then I put it in OneNote so I could checklist it, and then went through the checklist one at a time. That's where I found the St. Francis that could be removed, and I removed it on the spot so that I never had a text box in there.
Okay, cool. All right, so
All right,
LaSalle.
LaSalle is out of the Atlantic 10, 6-11 in conference, 15-15 overall, 11-6 at home, 3-9 on the road, 1-0 neutral site. They're sitting pretty with a 0.0 margin because they average and give up 73.7 on the dot. They are 0-3 against the top 25.
Okay.
I think it's incredible when a team is as good at defense as offense,
Mm-hmm.
but yet they still find a way to lose. Although they're 15-15. Wait, whoa, hold on. This is worth. They're 15-15, and they give up exactly the same. Like that literally is like we just like
Play the same
filled
game every day.
in generic. We played the same game every day. We haven't updated the website yet. We just copy pasted, like 8 of the last 10 games.
Yep. All right.
All right,
Notre
the
Dame.
6th seed, Notre Dame, and correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, Notre Dame. I can tell you that they have not had a great year. They are 7-12 out of the ACC in conference play, 12-18 overall, 9-8 at home, 2-9 away, 1-1 neutral site. They are 0-5 against the top 25, averaging a 3-point loss.
Okay.
And in theory, they don't really. I mean, like nobody. I'll watch a lot of ACC ball this year. Nobody's said a word about Notre Dame.
Fair.
I think that their Hobbit mascot just kind of exists during football season, and then it just kind of like shuffles away.
Yeah,
Like
that's
we'll
one.
try to be like an 11 seed for college basketball, but not really.
That's one where I definitely didn't need the name because I recognized the mascot.
Are you sure? I thought, as a Steelers fan, I thought it was Jeff Reed punching that paper towel dispenser in the gas station.
Yeah, I'm not a Steelers fan though, so I don't have that.
Yeah, you don't have that core memory in your head of your kicker punching things like that.
Yep.
All right, the 11 seed, the Air
Air
Force.
Force.
We have our first academy.
Yep.
All right, the Air Force is in the Mountain West Conference, 2-15 in conference. Unfortunately, gets a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know why I say unfortunately. Like I want to bash military academies. Um, Yeah, not a great look. 9-20 overall. They are 4-11 home, 5-8 away. They are 0-1 neutral site, and they are 0-2 against the top 25.
Okay.
And we're going to be in trouble for that.
Anyway, next.
Unfortunately, Air Force isn't good, or is too good.
Next. Oh,
All right, the 3 seed Texas
Texas
A&M. All right,
A&M.
this is one that actually, like, depending on the year, kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
What really bothers me, like those late 2000s, Texas A&M was sitting like right on the 3 line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Texas A&M is 8-9 in conference out of the SEC. 17 and 13 overall. They are 10 and 5 at home, 5 and 6 away. 2 and 2 neutral site. They are 2 and 6 against the top 25. They do average a 4 or 3.2 point win.
Okay, not bad.
Nailed it.
All
All
right,
right.
next.
14 seed. I love the font on this because it doesn't have ampersand, so it just says William Mary. And for Texas A&M, it's just Texas A&M. All right.
Columbia.
Columbia. That's one I didn't even recognize just seeing it.
Yeah, I mean that's
Columbia.
362. I would
I
expect you
mean, like
not to recognize
Ivy.
some.
Well, yeah, it's kind of. I could probably recognize 200.
That's still a lot.
Yeah, maybe that's something that we go through one of these days. Just a guessing game. That might actually be really funny. A PowerPoint presentation where we just go through 50 logos a piece and we have a competition.
Yeah, I would lose because I would probably get like one.
Well, no, we can mix it up across all sports.
Okay.
It's like you like it, you would definitely have a passing grade if we had pro sports in there.
Yeah.
But like college is like I don't know. Maybe we do like college football
Hmm.
where it's like not 300 teams, it's like 150.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
Columbia.
episode planning at another time. Columbia is out of the Ivy League because we all knew that. They are 4 and 9 in conference. They are 13 and 13 on the season. 9 and 5 at home, 4 and 8 away. 0 and 0 neutral site. No ranked games. They're averaging about a 5 point win, 5.5 point win.
Okay.
I did the math in my head because Ivy League.
Oh God.
All right,
All
we
right.
have
This is
Dayton.
Dayton.
Great, Dayton, the Flyers, the other Flyers.
The
All right,
Flyers
out
we
of the
don't
Atlantic
immediately
10.
hate.
I mean, at this point, I just act like they don't exist. I
Fair.
mean, even in down years, we whoop their butt so much. All right, the Dayton Flyers, the A10, 13 and 4 overall in conference play. They are 23 and 6 overall, I should say. I believe they're ranked. They're 14 and 0 at home, 6 and 5 on the road. Damn, that's not enough to be ranked. 3 and 1 neutral site. 0 and 1 against the top 25.
Hmm. I don't
They
think they're ranked.
average close to a 9 point win. Is Dayton ranked? Let's ask Siri. Is Dayton basketball ranked? Oh God. All right, that doesn't help.
Not telling you. All right. Next. What's next?
He's being mean. I'm gonna tell on it.
What's next?
Um, the 10 seed.
Fancy. And that
All right,
goes to Clemson.
Clemson.
Didn't need the font for that one.
Are you sure? There's a lot of paw print logos.
Yeah, but this one's the orange one.
All right, Clemson is out of the ACC. They're 11 and 8 in conference play, 21 and 9 overall. They are 12 and 4 at home, 6 and 5 away, 3 and 0 neutral site, 2 and 2 versus the top 25, averaging just under an 8 point win.
So basically, with this team, you're basically saying they win if they're not playing their conference.
Pretty much. Or they win if they play Pitt. They seemingly have not lost against Pitt in like 13 tries.
Yeah, but they only have one loss outside of conference, and they're basically almost 500 in. So
They are 11 and 8 in conference.
and then they're what 20 something and 9 overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have one win outside, one
So they
loss
didn't
outside.
play any good teams
Yeah.
outside of their conference.
Yep, fair. All right. What's next? 7,
Too.
2. Okay. And that is
Hampton?
huh?
I think Hampton.
Hampton. Well, there is no font here. Can't help you.
Yeah, some of the images are like that.
Okay.
We're just gonna go with Hampton. I think that's Hampton.
Okay. Cool.
Let's look it up on the spot. Hampton Pirates logo. Oh, yeah, it's Hampton.
Okay. Cool. Hampton.
See, this is what I mean. Like, it's shocking how many of these I can know off the top of my head.
Yep.
Out of the Coastal Athletic, the bottom dwelling Hampton.
Oh.
The second team that we have, well, no, not really. They're 3-15 in conference, which would get your eyes open normally.
Yeah.
8-23 overall.
Oh. Okay.
5-9 at home. 1-12 away. 2-2 on neutral site. 0-1 against the top 25. They only average about a 4-point loss,
It's not bad.
despite being 8-23.
Yeah. Fair.
Played a lot of really close games.
Yeah. Fair. All right.
All right,
Next
round out this bracket. The 15 seed.
is something I need the name of. Pacific.
The specific.
Pacific.
I did that on purpose. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. We have
Oh.
our third bottom dweller. I have the West Coast Conference. I'm going to give you this in no particular order compared to where we were at before. They are 5-12 at home. They are 1-13 away. Neutral site, they are 0-1. They average about a 15.1 point loss. So that
Okay.
would lead you to think that they're probably bad, but maybe not 0-16 in conference bad. They
Oh.
are 6-26 overall.
Oh. Jeez. Okay.
And so there you go.
All right. We got one.
This is why I say Gonzaga is in a fucking cupcake conference. You have four teams with five or less conference wins. That's not a real conference.
All right. Well, on to the last conference. We'll start with the one seed, right?
Well, yeah, the last bracket.
Yeah.
We're skipping the 11th seed in this
Yep.
one.
Starting with the one. Oh.
2020, we had Seattle U in this spot. This
Yeah.
year, we are going to have something that sounds like Seattle U. It's UTSA. Or
UTSA.
I was thinking of ETSU. That would rhyme better. I fucked that up so badly.
UTSA.
Oh boy, University of Texas at San Antonio. Wow, great time.
Oh.
0-2 against the top 25. UTSA is 11-19 overall. They are 5-12 in conference, 7-8 at home, 4-11 away, and nothing else to speak of outside of a 3-point net loss.
Okay. On to the 16 seed.
16 seed. Oh,
And that is
LA Tech,
LA Tech.
Louisiana Tech,
Louisiana Tech.
where Carl Mullen went. Louisiana Tech is out of Conference USA. They're 11-3 in conference. They are 21-8 overall. They are 13-1 at home, 8-7 away. They have nothing else to speak of outside of they average a 12-point win and they're 21-8. Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it as true, but apparently it's true.
All right. Next.
Like, how can you have 8 losses and have a margin that high?
Uh,
I mean, that's a 30 games that you're losing.
fair.
All right, Penn,
And
Quakers, the Ivy League Penn, Penn State. That's very far from an Ivy League. Google. Um, Penn is 3-10 in conference. They're 11-17 overall. They're 9-5 at home, 2-10 away. They're 0-2 on the neutral site.
Yep.
1-3 versus the top 25. They average a .8 point win.
Okay. Not bad.
Not horrible.
Nope.
We're running out of spaces for something truly horrendous to happen, and it's really bothering me. All right, Bethune Cookman.
Yeah, lettering doesn't help
This is
here.
your BC. This was your BC logo from
Yep,
earlier,
I know.
next to the BU.
But also
Uh,
the name doesn't help here. I can't read it.
oh yeah, for sure. There's a chance I have that one wrong.
Oh, okay.
Ironically, we had Bethune Cookman in the same region in 2020.
Okay, that's pretty
Literally in the
good.
5-12 matchup, which would have been like 2 spots away.
Nice.
All right, Bethune we have is 10-7 in conference play, 15-15 overall, 11-2 at home, 4-11 away, 0-2 neutral side. They are a .3 margin team
Mm-hmm. Okay, not bad.
in the positive direction. The 5 seed.
5 seed, which should be where this matchup is where they were before. And that is South Alabama.
South Alabama has been in the bracket before.
Yep.
This is going to be out of the Sun Belt. Our first team out of the Sun Belt is 8-10 in conference. They are 16-16 overall, 11-6 at home, 5-9 on the road, 0-1 neutral site, 0-1 against the top 25. They average 1.7 point loss.
All right, and the 12 seed will be this spin then, I'm assuming?
We are skipping on the 11 seed.
Oh, yeah. So this will be
So
the.
we're doing the 12 seed now.
Yep. And it's.
Which one was that going to be for you? That was going to be hard. TCU or OSU?
Yeah. I was going to wait, but I knew it was going to be Oklahoma State.
All right. I have the Big 12. We have Oklahoma State. They are 4-13 in conference. They're
Oh,
the second worst. They are
oh,
12-18 overall, 10-8
damn.
at home, 1-8 on the road, 1-2 neutral site. They are 1-5 against the top 25.
Okay.
Oklahoma State.
All right,
Moving
so
on to the number 4 seed.
4 seed, because we skip 11.
Oh, we wouldn't have gotten to 11 yet.
And that is American, I believe.
American.
American.
I remember they made the tournament in real life when we were in high school,
Yep.
like high school freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
They played their game in Philly, I want to say. I think they got
I mean, they're
stomped.
around DC area, right?
Yeah, but they March Madness game.
Yeah.
I think it was in Philly. American is out of the Patriot League. 10-8 in conference. They are 16-15 overall. 8-6 at home. 8-9 away. Nothing else to speak of on neutral site. They're 0-1 against the top 25, and they average a 1.5 point margin of victory.
Okay.
American. The 13 seed is next, and that is going to be
University of
UMass
Massachusetts at
Lowell.
Lowell. Am I right?
Yes. Out of the America East Conference, UMass Lowell is 11-5 in conference, 20-9 overall, 10-3 at home, 10-6 away, nothing else to speak of, and a 10.1 point margin of victory.
Okay. Nice.
All right. Our last groupings here. We have the number 6 seed, and that is going to be
I believe we've had this
Hudson.
team on our bracket before. Southeast Louisiana.
Oh, really? I got that one wrong. Southeast Louisiana. Louisiana. I think I missed it. Southeast. God damn it. Let's do it again. All right. Out of the Southland Conference, Southeastern Louisiana is 10-7 in conference, 15-15 overall, 9-3 at home, 6-10 away, 0-2 in neutral ground. They average about a point per game loss.
Okay. So
All
we'd
right,
be on.
skipping the 11 seed, we are now moving on to the 3 seed.
And that is UT Arlington.
Right, University of Texas at Arlington. Arlington is another team out of the whack. They are
Amazing.
12-7 in conference. They are 17-13 overall, 11-3 at home, 5-10 away, 1-0 in neutral ground, 0-2 against the top 25. Right, they average about a 3-point victory.
Okay. And let's see.
A 14 seed.
Brown.
Right, another Ivy League team, just what people want in basketball. As if the whole field was Jeremy Lin adjacent.
Oh, okay.
All right, out of the Ivy League, Brown is 7-6 in conference, 11-17 overall, 5-7 at home, 5-8 away, 1-2 neutral site, 0-1 against the top 25, and a .9 margin of loss.
All right. What's the seed next? Se-
7.
7, 7 and 10. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that is. Oh,
Furman.
Furman.
They've been in the bracket before.
Yep.
And every year that they've been in, it bothers me as a rival of my school. The first team out of the SoCon, Furman is 10-8 in conference, 16-15 overall, 12-3 at home, 4-10 away, 0-2 on neutral site. They average a 4-point victory.
Okay. Now for the 10 seeds. We have
Also,
Tulsa.
Tulsa is out of the American Athletic, the AAC. Tulsa is 6-11 overall, 15 or 6-11 in conference, 15-14 overall, 2-9 at 2-9 away, 13-4 at home, 0-1 neutral site, 0-2 against the top 25.
All right. On to the 15 seed.
The last two at larges,
Uh,
well,
two.
not at larges, the 2 seed.
Two
Our
seed.
last two before we look at planes.
Yep. And for planes, we'll go back to the first conference first and work our way.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Iona.
Iona.
A lot of New Jersey, New York here.
Yeah, what is the wheel doing? We want to get away from New Jersey.
Geographic centered prick. Um, Iona is out of the MAAC MAC, 9-9 in conference, 14-15 overall, 8-5 at home, 5-7 away, 1-3 neutral site. They're 0-1 against the top 25.
Okay. And the last team to make it before without needing play-ins is
The 15 seed. Towson,
Towson.
Maryland. Towson is out of the Coastal Athletic, the CAA.
Mm.
They are 11-7 in conference, 18-13 overall, 12-2 at home, 6-6 away, 0-5 on neutral site, and 0-1 against the top 25.
All right, so
All
now
right,
we're back to the
now, yep,
first 16, and we're picking the two 11 seeds in there. So the
yep.
first one is
Dear God, I hope it's me. Austin P.
Austin P. Yeah.
All right, Austin P is out of the Atlantic Sun Conference. They're 10-6 in conference, 18-14 overall, 13-2 at home, 4-11 away, 1-1 neutral site. They are 0-1 against the top 25.
All right, and they are playing against uh Kennesaw
Kennesaw
State.
State. Kennesaw State. Another team out of the Atlantic Sun. We
Oh,
back-to-back teams in the Atlantic Sun. All right, so this is a conference game.
yeah.
Sense?
Mm.
We have two Atlantic Sun teams playing each other. The 6-10 Kennesaw conference record, 15-16 overall, 9-4 at home, 4-11 away, 2-1 on the neutral court, and nothing against the top 25. We have maybe the first ever in conference
Playing.
March Madness game. Or yeah, March Madness opening round game.
Yeah, probably. All right, now on to the second 16 of the bracket. These are for the 16 seeds, correct?
11
Oh no,
seeds.
these are for the 11 seeds. All right. First one.
Oh yeah.
And it is Wyoming.
Wyoming. Wyoming. Wyoming is out of the Mountain West, 7-10 in conference, 14-16 overall, 9-5 at home, 2-10 away, 3-1 neutral site, 1-4 against the top 25, despite having a 3-point loss margin.
Okay. And they are
And
playing
yep,
oh,
the second 11 seed,
Wake Forest.
Wake Forest. On the bubble in real life as well,
Yep.
so this makes a lot of sense. We might actually have a correct seeding this year. Um,
Hey, I'm
Wake
pretty sure we've
Forest
had a
is,
correct seeding in one of the 3, 4 years
I think we
prior.
had one correct seeding,
Yeah.
which like that's a major win.
Yeah.
Wake Forest is out of the ACC, 10-9 in conference, 18-12 overall, 15-1 at home, 2-9 away, 1-2 neutral site, 1-3 against the top 25. And that one was against Duke
Hmm. Okay. Hmm.
in their house. Or no, in Wake Forest house. Anyway, the last two 16 seeds.
Yep. Let's go.
San
And it is.
Diego State. Our
Yep.
second representation of San Diego is San Diego State. San Diego. Whoa, that's not how you spell. Does state have the equal sign in it?
I don't know.
Um. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't normally come to you for spelling anyway, but I thought maybe you'd figure that one out.
No, it does not.
All right. Mountain West Conference. San Diego State is 11-6 in conference. They are 22-8 overall, 14-0 at home, 5-8 away, 3-0 neutral site, 2-0 against the top 25.
Okay. And they are playing.
Our last 16 seed. is going to be oh Hofstra.
Hofstra barely make it.
One of my teams barely made it.
Yep.
All right, Hofstra out of the Coastal Athletic, the CAA. Hofstra is 12-6 in conference. They are 19-12 overall. They are 11-2 at home, 5-10 away. They are 3-0 neutral site, and they are 0-1 against Duke as the top 25 team that they played against. They average a 5.7 point win.
Okay. Now for the last two teams of the play-ins, playing in the 11th seed this time,
Yep.
we
Our
have.
last two seeds, always a bittersweet moment to say goodbye to so many, well, I wouldn't say qualified, but so many teams.
UIC.
All right, UIC, University of Illinois, Champaign or something, I
Something like
want to
that.
say. The Flames, they are 4-16 out of the Missouri Valley Conference. 11-20 overall. They are 6-9 at home, 3-10 away, 2-1 neutral site. They don't play the top 25.
Amazing. And they are
Amazing.
playing top.
The last, the doors open for one more,
Oh,
and it
Ole
is
Miss.
Ole Miss. The final team in in the tournament this year is Ole Miss.
Yep.
Ole Miss is going to be our last team out of the SEC. 7-10 in conference. They are 20-10 overall. 14-3 home. 4-7 away. 2-0 on neutral court. 0-70. It's the top 25.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a big one. But they make the tournament nonetheless.
Yeah.
And so with that, we say goodbye to so many quote unquote qualified applicants, because only so many people can get the job.
Yeah.
The job then being, of course, trimmed down because, like any good interview process, this is for a championship.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, these were the selections for our tournament. If you want to see the results, we'll be going through them in the next few episodes.
Yeah, we'll have
So,
brackets. Have to make those brackets.
yep.
Um, and we'll have those up hopefully within the next couple days.
Yep. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you with the actual episode soon.